right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Pizza Hut Big Dinner Box, another dumb show challenge. Another dumb show Pizza Hut Big Box Dinner Challenge. Probably would be better to call it that. So we're going to stick with that. The Another Dumb Show Pizza Hut Big Dinner Box Challenge. I got 2 8-slice Detroit-style pizzas. I got 5 breadsticks, and I've got a, whatever these are called, chicken Alfredo pasta. So one more look before I go to town.
You got a cheese and a sausage?
Mikey, what did you say there?
Is it cheese pizza and a sausage pizza?
That is correct. A cheese and a sausage. That's why I went classic Pizza Hut, because, you know, their Italian sausage is just right. So, all right, here we go. I am going to start the timer, and then I'm going to start eating.
I've got instantaneous heartburn and hunger pangs for you. It's weird.
All right, here we go. And 3, 2, and we're going to count up from 0 real quick, just so if people are new to how we do things here on Another Dumb Show for these eating challenges. We start at 0, especially when it's the first time I've tried something. We'll start at 0, see how far I can get and how much time it takes, and then other people who watch the show have the opportunity to then try to beat my time. Nobody's beat my time in Mikey's McDonald's challenge yet. Let's see if somebody can beat my time in or however far I get in this in a certain amount of time. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So here we go. First one, I'm going right for a sausage pizza first. I want a little bit of flavor.
Perfect temperature.
Classic Pizza Hut. Good temperature. Got the nice buttery crust on the bottom. Oh, yeah.
Oh, butter's an understatement. I don't know what that liquid is on the bottom, but goddamn, is it spongy and good.
It is spongy and delicious for sure. Man, this is good. Remember me saying that now.
Oh, yeah. I'll remember that in 10 minutes from now. I think it's going to be the grease that gets to you.
You think? I think it's going to be the chewing.
Dude.
It's very chewy. That could be the part of the problem if the jaw starts to lock up. That's the thing I'm most worried about right now. These middle pieces are nice. Look how thick these guys are. So this is some legit pizza here. All right, so I'm going to eat some of this pasta here. Now, because I have this chicken Alfredo in here, I got to be careful using ranch. I can't go too crazy. We'll go split screen while you're here.
Too much sauce?
What's that?
I said it'd be too much sauce for you.
Too much dairy. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a big slice.
Ooh. Yeah, they're big. They're not little by any means. All right, here we go. So I've gotten, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 16 pieces of pizza total. I've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4 down, starting the 5th one. And a half a breadstick and a couple of bites of pasta.
This is your 5th slice of pizza?
Correct. 5, 6 pieces down. Shit is fucking chewy as fucking hell, man. It's so chewy.
The jaw's getting tired.
All right, so already starting to feel a little bit at this point. I'm sweating profusely already. My biggest problem are the mozzarella sticks right now. Were you on when I talked about the mozzarella sticks?
No, I don't even know what mozzarella sticks are.
They're mozzarella sticks with little jalapeno flecks in the breading.
Really?
Oh my god, it's
Where?
so good. Sheets. It's like a gas station.
Okay. Gas station, like a Wawa type deal.
But it's like really, the food's actually pretty good.
Sheetz got really good food. There was a Sheetz gas station over, but one of the times I went training for my job, and that's where I ate all my meals for like 2 or 3 days out of Sheetz.
It's really good. They got a huge selection of shit too. It was delicious. But I dip it, and the weirdest thing is, their sour cream is like this weird. It's not even sour cream. It's like this delicious white sauce. It's so good. I don't even know how to explain it. It's a special
It's
sauce.
just this
for
white,
you.
gooey sauce.
So you can see where how far I've progressed here after 16 minutes.
That is quite a dent.
All right, and I'm feeling okay. It's more of the chewing, a little brizzache here to breathe. Get some oxygen in my belly. Or my lungs here, because my belly is pushing on my lungs right now. Still got 4 breadsticks left and what, 10 or 6 slices of pizza? 6 slices of pizza.
Some doubt I hear in your voice.
6 very thick, chewy slices of pizza.
Saucy slices of pizza.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fucking food. Holy
Yeah,
fuck.
it's a huge amount of food. It's the biggest amount of food you've tried to do yet.
Fuck.
This is a longevity challenge too. You're approaching 30 minutes here.
This is a tough
It's still
one.
going.
This is crazy. Hello, hello, hello. Whoa, why does that sound weird? Welcome to Another Dumb Show. I'm Another Dumb Show host. Thank you for joining me on issue number 234. So good to have you guys streaming on my tube tonight. Feels so good. Feels so right having you guys streaming on my tube tonight. I hope you guys had a good day. I had a long day. Long day. What is going on with this sound here? Is it all fuzzy for you guys, or is just my headphones just fucked up? I think my headphones are just jacked. All right. Anyway, sorry about that. Welcome to Another Dumb Show. So good to have you guys here with me, like I said. Good day for me today. Just long, painful day, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. If you've not taken a second to hit the thumbs up on tonight's video, I'd greatly appreciate it if you did that. Hit that like, take your thumb out of your ass, hit that thumbs up on your phone, stick your thumb back in your ear. Download the show as an audio-only podcast. If you don't want to watch, you can. If you're working on a job site or something, you don't need to watch the show. You just want to download it and listen to it as an audio-only podcast. You can do that through YouTube Music. And you can follow the show, X, Instagram, at Another Dumb Show. I've been trying to post more stuff there lately, so make sure you are following the show there. And you can always follow my personal one, too, ADS Dumb. I don't really push that one very often, but you can always follow me there, too. Welcome to the League of Dummies. That's our live chat here on Another Dumb Show. And we had a first, I think maybe his or her first, Hakobe. I always wonder if I'm saying that right. Hakobe, however you want to say it. Hakobe, whatever. Thank you for being first today in the chat. And also a member. I did a little look in here the other day. And I got to tell you guys, we need more members. We got to get those memberships up. I think over the holiday break, everybody let their memberships run out, and then they forgot about it. So take a second, make sure that you have your membership, become a member, join the show, and help support Another Dumb Show, because we need all the help we can get to keep this thing up and running. Give us a call, 844-HIT-DUMB, 844-448-3862. I pay for these damn phones, so I hope you guys will call in when I have them. Mikey, what's up, dude? How are you?
What's up, buddy? How you doing today?
I'm good, man. Whoa.
I can hear.
What is that?
Feedback coming from your living room.
Oh, shit. My speaker was turned up the whole time. That's why. Shit, sorry about that. That's why it was sounding weird. What a dipshit I am. Well, I'm trying this new setup with the way I have stuff laid out in front of me, and it looks like it was a dumb thing to do.
I was like, man, where's that coming from? It sounded because I've been in your living room, so I was like, oh, that definitely sounds like the echo coming from in there.
Yeah, I had for whatever reason, the speaker, the reason is I'm just a dipshit and forgot to turn it down. So anyway, how was your day, dude? How you doing? You still on call?
It's all right. Yeah, I'm always on call for the most part. And I just volunteered to work on Saturday, so I'm working another 10 hours on Saturday.
So you're going to get a big fat old paycheck then, huh? With a bunch of OT?
Yeah, dude, I'm going to New York City. I got my big money fantasy football draft this weekend. I'm looking at Austin now for like November instead of October, because that girl's birthday happens to be in November, and she's got friends that live in Austin.
You got our fantasy football. Don't forget about too.
Yeah.
No, I'm just joking around. Yours is covered. Don't worry about it. I'm just fucking with you. Anyway, speaking of the fantasy football, we're getting pretty close, I think, to being full. I think I just about there. I haven't heard back from
football already.
What's that?
I said I'm disgusted with football already. Our defense is falling apart. Our 4th-round draft pick dies in a car accident. Our other starting cornerback tears his ACL day 1 of practice yesterday.
I saw that. I was going to bring that up here in a sec. But real quick, just in case, I want to reiterate, we might need. I think we're getting full for the fantasy football league. But just in case, if you're still interested, shoot an email, anotherdumbshow@gmail.com. Or shoot me a DM at Another Dumb Show or at ADS Dumb, whichever one you follow, and let me know if you're interested. But I think we're full. So I just got to reach out to everybody, make sure everybody who's interested understands there's a $100 buy-in, all that good stuff. Because I don't think I really said that in the promo about wanting to join the league. But either way, I think most people know that they're going to be in a league that you usually got to buy in for a league. It's kind of how it goes. So anyway. Irish Ronnie said, a nice edit, Dumb, referring back to the
You know what I think I'm going to do for fantasy football this year too?
What's
We
that?
can put together a free pick'em league.
I don't know what that means.
Like just like a parlay. Every week you just pick who you think's going to win. So we can. I want to throw one together for another dumb show, so anyone from the chat can get in or whatever, and it's free, and we can just talk shit and who picks the games better every week.
Is that like through DraftKings or whatever in their
Yeah, you
app?
could do it through Yahoo. You could do it through wherever Word or ESPN, whatever. And I'll
I,
just make up the league and I'll throw a link up or send you the link too.
all right, I think we'll go back to. I think I'm going to go to Yahoo this year. I didn't like the ESPN league that much. I didn't like the app, and the Yahoo app is. Well, at least it was always good for me. I liked it. It was easy to use. I could make
Which
edits
one
to
do
my
I
line.
use?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm an ESPN guy.
Are you? Yeah, we used ESPN last year, and I just wasn't feeling it. So you might have to make a Yahoo account. So
That's
I think
fine. I got a Yahoo account.
Yeah, I think you can sign in without even having an actual Yahoo account. You can use your Gmail or whatever. So, all right. So yeah, that's fantasy football's good. My day has been long. I have so I did the
Do
Pizza
some
Hut.
extra dashing today.
Well, I didn't do extra dashing. I barely dashed because I couldn't sleep last night because I was in so much pain.
No,
I was in pain, man. This thing, the
dude, that was
pizza, I did
45 minutes of eating. That's your normal challenge is a quick little shock to the system. This was just layers upon layers and 25 minutes of tart sauce and puckering of lips and agita that was building. And it was like a fucking sauce volcano building inside of you.
everything you just described is what the Pizza Hut Big Dinner box entails. Just tons of hot sauce, lots and lots of cheese, and heartburn.
Grease, just
And
like measurable grease.
but the worst part was that the thing that makes Pizza Hut pizza so good is that spongy, buttery crust. It's so good.
Yeah, that you can like wring grease out of.
But then when it hits your stomach, it just goes like this. So I was laying in bed. I could actually feel my stomach stretching while I was laying
just
there.
getting all distended, especially when you throw a bunch of Coke Zero on top of it and stuff. Bread is naturally going to expand.
Not only the like when I'm saying my stomach, I don't mean like the physical like look my belly is bigger. I meant I could feel the lining of my stomach stretching. Like I actually, you talk about you're eating less so your stomach will shrink.
Yeah, and
Like,
then I ate
so-
a half gallon of ice cream last night. Fuck my whole morning up.
Well, my stomach, I could actually feel it was so painful feeling the stomach lining stretch where I actually started to get a little nervous. I was like, is this what happened to this mukbanger that Pan Zhao Ting, whose stomach actually burst? I was literally laying there going, is this going to happen to me? Because I couldn't lay on my back because it was pushing everything back up when I lay on my back. And even when I tried to like
sleep at like a 45-degree angle to keep that sauce at bay.
I tried that, but it wasn't working because it was putting so much pressure on my stomach. No matter what I did, everything was so full, and it was pushing on all my organs. So I would try to lay at one point. At one point, I laid on my side, on my left side, and I let my stomach like dangle off the side of the bed to see if that would like help try to get things to move. I looked like such
a visual
giant fat whale fuck just on my side looking like a piece of shit. So that was my experience. So I woke up today. I woke up late because I couldn't sleep, so I slept through I just shut my alarm off and slept. And then I got up to dash, and it was the slowest it's ever been that I've ever dashed ever. I mean, it was like
really just dead to the world today. No grocery trips, nothing.
Nope, no grocery. It was all food orders, and they were all like for $4 a pop, and it was just like the biggest waste of time. So, I think I did it for 2 hours. I made like, I don't know, $17 an hour, and I was like, this is a waste of my time. So, because usually I'm well in the mid to high 20s, so it's actually worth it. And I don't mean that if you make less than $17, I'm not trying to minimize the amount of work you do or anything, but
Yeah,
everybody
but
should be getting paid more than that.
you also factor in that you're using your gas money and everything else, and
Exactly.
it's a lot less than 17.
Exactly. The wear and tear, the gas, the miles, all that stuff. It's way less than that. So you're absolutely right. So it wasn't worth it. And I said to myself, you know what? I might as well take advantage of it, go home, work on, because I knew it was going to take a while to edit that thing down because it was 43 minutes. So I knew it was going to take a while. And I was going to try to cut it into like segments, the Pizza Hut challenge thing. But I realized it's timed. So I can't, I could, if I edit it with the timer, it just kind of, it loses.
Yeah, you miss out on like the whole point of it actually like seeing somebody eat that much food.
And also the fact that it's timed, you know what I mean? Like that was because the whole thing is like Mikey's McDonald's challenge is I want other people to attempt these things and see if they can beat me. Because people like Swizzle Beats, little bitch ass, in the chat said the apple bobbing contest was better than this crap, which is a 5 or 6 year old reference that probably nobody gets from a show that I'm not on anymore. So really pathetic comment. But my point is, hey, Swizzle Beats, can you do it?
Yeah, step up to the plate.
Step up. Put your money where your mouth is, big balls, big talker, who literally is doing nothing but referencing the old show I was on. It's just so pathetic. Move the fuck on, dude. I've moved on.
Yeah.
Move the fuck on, bro. Anyway, speaking of moving on, I saw my first, I would say the first kind of presentation of Kamala Harris in a kind of a tryout for a presidential role today. The Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, was here speaking.
I saw him make some type of comment about gays for Gaza and chickens for KFC.
I don't know. Did he say gays for Gaza? I don't think he said anything about gays, but I think
he did. It was definitely gays for Gaza is like a bunch of people saying.
He did. For KFC. That's right. He did make fun of that. He did say that. That's right. Well, the whole thing is crazy, and the protests that were going on while they're pulling down the American flag and burning it and putting up a Palestinian flag. Get the fuck out of here. That shit. Get the fuck out of here. Where were the police during all that? By the way.
They don't care anymore, bro.
They're defacing, like
it's okay. You're allowed to do that shit.
It's just crazy. These are like public monuments here, and they're being defaced and shit. And they're just letting it. Dude, fucking rope these people up, man. Get them out of there. Washington D.C. too. It's our fucking capital. Get the fuck out of there. Get this shit out of there.
You're just allowed to piss all over the American flag and.
I mean, you are allowed to do that. You do have the right to do that, but I'm not happy about it. I don't like that they're pulling down our flag and putting up another flag. That ain't cool. Like, if you want to make a statement by burning the flag,
of shit you don't even put on the news. Why are you even putting it on the news? Why are you even making that a clip? Like, just
well, because it is news. It is news because it shows how out of control our country has gotten, especially some of these Gen Zers who just don't know history. They don't know anything about what happened in the Holocaust and World War II. They may maybe hear a little bit about it, but they don't understand the gravity of the situation. Why Israel and why Israel exists in the first place.
Didn't go through any like 9/11 type situation and never seen anything like that.
That's a good point. But so yeah, I saw her come out today and she commented on her conversation with Netanyahu, and I got to tell you, when she's on prompter, she's very good at what she does. She was good. She presented herself in a presidential manner. She was stern.
Comparing her to somebody that is so absolutely gone and been feeble-minded and just absent for the last 4 years that this is such a change. Where
not comparing him to her. He never came up in my train of thought. Period. It was really just truly. I wanted to see. I was watching it to see how she would present herself, because even though she's the vice president, the whole thing was like a small campaign speech mixed with a, what's going to happen with Israel moving forward with her as the vice president kind of thing. I got to give her credit. She did a really great job. She was really well spoken. She did a really good thing at the beginning. And it's not comparing it to Biden, because it's just in general, because I watch so much so many political things. She was very good at what she did when she was on prompter. Now I've seen her off prompter, and I know this phrase gets thrown around a lot about her, word salad. It's a lot of fucking word salad with her. She just throws a lot of shit together, and it doesn't make any sense a lot of times. But on prompter, as a presidential candidate, she was impressive. She was well spoken. She seemed stern but compassionate. Didn't change any opinions I have about her or anything like that, because I recently just learned too, on top of her being the border czar and not visiting the border at all, she also never even called or had any conversations with anybody down at the border. And so now the Democratic Party is making an effort to say, oh, whoa, she actually wasn't the border czar. She just, was like lightly involved with it. Totally. But so I do have some other kind of funny political story. Real quick, before I move on past Kamala, did you hear what somebody said about her on one of the, I think it was on Fox News? There's this influencer. I think he's an influencer. I don't know exactly what this guy does, to be quite honest with you. His name is Alec Lace. He was on Fox News talking about Kamala Harris being the new vice president or presidential candidate for the Democrats. And he makes quite a comment when it comes to Kamala Harris. Check this out, Mikey. You're going to probably wait, what's going on here? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, and then there's the DEI press secretary telling you that the DEI vice president is the future of the party here. And so the future looks kind of dim for the Democrats here, but this is no shocker either. Kamala Harris, she's the original Haktua girl. That's the way she got where she is. And the party's going downhill if it's in her hands.
That was tough. That was harsh.
I don't know if you caught that. He called her the original Haktua girl.
I mean,
well, the reason
is she the original, like, what?
Because Kamala Harris, the rub on her is that she kind of slept her way to the top.
Oh, okay, that makes sense now.
I can't remember exactly what the story was. I believe, was it a mayor, or she was an assistant of somebody? Who did Kamala
What's
Harris
Kamala's body count?
have an affair with? I believe she had an affair. Megyn Kelly says relationship with Willie Brown. Okay. She had a relationship with the ex-San Francisco mayor, Willie Brown. I can't remember exactly what the story is with it, but here's how Megyn Kelly described it on her podcast. And Megyn Kelly, take it for what it's worth. She's very biased, obviously, to the right. She says, and I don't know if any of this is true. This is what Megyn Kelly says. So it says, first, talking about Kamala, first she slept with this guy, Willie Brown, who was this extremely popular, powerful congressman out in California. And he put her in two different positions, no pun intended. He put her in two different positions that she did not deserve when she was only 29 or 30 and he was 60. And this is according to Megyn Kelly again. Brown, who was at the time, this is now the news reporting this, Brown, who at the time was the Speaker of California Assembly, and Harris dated when she was a prosecutor in the Alameda County District Attorney's Office. Their relationship began in 1994 and ended sometime in the next year. So basically they're saying that she hooked up with this guy, this Willie Brown congressman, and he started helping promote her career at that point. And that she
got her foot in the door.
Yeah, and he got something in her, allegedly. So that's why the Haktua comment came about.
Okay, so that makes more sense now. I was just trying to figure out, put the two and two together. I didn't know anything about Kamala's history like that.
I thought everybody who was a Biden hater would know that about Kamala Harris.
I know nothing about her.
Okay, that's fine. Well, I got to tell you, Mikey, I'm not saying you would like her, but by any means, or that you should give her a chance or anything like that. But I do think, I have to say, you would have been like, oh wow, she's actually seems to know what she's talking about. for whatever reason.
Yeah, I mean,
I
like
don't know.
most
Well, maybe
politicians
not.
doing everything like that. I mean, but the only history I know about her is she spent a lot of time prosecuting people for petty bullshit and marijuana crimes, and
I know all that. I do know all that. Like the other night, I called her a cop. She's a major cop for
yes,
sure. So, but no, I guess my point is the way. Well, you'll be happy if you going back to your comparison to Biden. You'll be like, okay, at least if this woman becomes president, we got somebody who can talk. You
yeah,
put a teleprompter
absolutely.
in
Like
front of
somebody
her.
that's like presidential, like Obama was an incredible speaker. Like
Right.
the man could captivate the entire world with the way he spoke, and that's the way, the leader of the free world, should be able to captivate people like that, and
She,
and,
you
and
know,
should have a more of like a that type of tone, not a stumbling, bumbling, just absolute bowl of pudding that we've had for the last 4 years.
she sounded kind of like a badass bitch. That's really the best way to put it. Like,
I saw another
damn,
clip
okay.
of her today saying, like, going after Trump a little bit, saying that he's like backpedaling on a debate or something like that. I didn't know what that was all about.
Fox News invited the two of them to do a debate, and she is outwardly saying, "Let's do it, motherfucker. You want to fuck? Let's fucking debate, bitch." And he hasn't come back with anything yet. He hasn't come back with, "Okay, let's go." So
I'd love to see it, but does he even have to?
he should. Yes, in my opinion, he does. I know what you mean as far as politically. He does not have to. I think if he doesn't, he's going to look like a bitch, and I will think that. I will think he is afraid of her and that he's a bitch if he doesn't debate her. He needs to do that. Because we need to see her in that kind of situation. We need to see her up against a guy like Trump. There are leaders around the world who are just like him, who are bullies and assholes. And so, we need to see how she can react in those kind of situations. And we also need to see if he can outwit her, if she'll outwit him, or if she outdebates him. He beat the shit out of, it was Jake Paul versus Mike Perry.
Yeah.
He kicked the shit out of somebody who had no business even being on stage with him. So, which was, we called that. We knew that was going to happen. I said before the debate, I said he's going to do bad in the debate, and then he's going to step out. I called that shit. Like, so, I don't think anybody is you don't have to be Nostradamus to figure that out, but I definitely called that. So, one thing I did not call though, Mikey, so Donald Trump picked J.D. Vance to be. We've been talking about Kamala Harris, the vice president, to Joe Biden. Trump picked his VP candidate. We haven't really gotten into it. J.D. Vance, I believe he's a senator here from Ohio.
Yeah, I believe so. Young guy too, like 40.
Young guy, kind of a celebrity because he wrote that book, Hillbilly Elegy, that put him, in the public spotlight.
Hey,
you okay?
cut that shit up.
Is your cat?
No, my cat's trying to fucking climb up the screen. She's like 17 pounds. She's gonna take the whole fucking door with her.
Thing off. Anyway, so J.D. Vance, I'm having a hard time not laughing because I keep reading this thing off to my left about J.D. Vance. Have you heard? So he wrote this book, Hillbilly Elegy. He became kind of a little bit of a celebrity from it. He went on to start his own business. He's a Marine. He's got a pretty solid background behind him as far as all that goes.
Yep.
He said some pretty shitty things about childless women that are really going to give him a hard time with suburban women. And
did he really?
Yeah, he made a comparison. I can't remember what the exact quote was, but he made a comparison to basically saying that. What is the cat? I got to look it up because I don't want to mess it up. J.D. Vance, child.
I heard some background about him the other day when they were talking about him on another podcast, but that's about all I've gotten from him. And he's a true politician when it comes to flip-flopping and talking shit about politicians until it suits him, and then,
So
here's
what he said. He said, "We are effectively run in this country by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made. And so they want to make the rest of the country miserable too."
Well,
He's got a point in some spots. He's got a point, but it's that
purple haired Karens.
But the purple Karens, that's going to drive them blue. You know what I mean?
They're already blue as blue could be. There's none of them that are even purple like their hair, dude. Like
I
that,
think you're
that's
wrong,
not
dude. I think there's so. I just
anywhere
watched.
here.
I think there's so many people who are purple. But you know, and just one little thing could sway them one way or the other. You know what I mean?
I
I
don't
think
think
we're
that one of them short-haired, blue-haired manager-seeking Karens at a Starbucks is ever swinging conservative.
Well, they there's a concerted effort to since JD Vance made that comment, or it might have happened before he made that comment, but it actually happened on July 15th. So since July 15th, since he was announced as the running mate with Donald Trump, the internet has officially gone after him, and one guy in particular really was able to. Well, he got some shit rolling. He went viral. And I don't know if you know about this, Mikey, because it probably didn't get reported in a lot of the places that you watch. But at Rick Rude's Calves, which is a fucking awesome fucking handle on Twitter, at Rick Rude's Calves.
Frozen.
I'm frozen? Hello?
Oh. Yep. No.
Yeah, we good. We're good. I know you didn't freeze for me.
Oh, dude, everything just went frozen for like 7 seconds.
Oh, that's so weird. Okay. Well, hopefully it will work.
Calves.
Yeah, at Rick Rude's Calves, put out a tweet or an X, whatever you call it. And here is the tweet that has actually gone viral and caused quite a headache for JD Vance. Can't say for sure, but he might be the first VP pick to have admitted in a New York Times bestseller to fucking an inside-out latex glove shoved between two couch cushions. And then he puts an actual credit in there and says the name, the book, and then what page it happens on. So the memes went nuts after this because some people kind of bought it. Some people kind of didn't buy it. You know what I mean? But the internet decided they're going to have a lot of fun with it.
Take it and run with it.
Oh, boy, did they take. So I have 25 of the best couch memes featuring JD Vance's ex-girlfriends. Here is, this one's great. On behalf of all men who have been intimate with a couch, I just want to say JD Vance does not speak for all of us, and I bet my couch was way hotter than his. That's a good start. Where's the one that really made me laugh? Really? Oh, this one's great. JD Vance's couch. JD, I'm pregnant with a picture of a phone.
God, dude, that couch was in so many basements when I was a kid. That floral pattern.
Oh, man. Well, hold on. There was another really good one I had, and I lost it. Where did it go? There was another one that made me laugh. So, here we go. This is great. JD Vance, 30 seconds after his wife leaves the house. And then the girl says, I don't care if JD Vance isn't really a couch fucker. These memes are funny. And I agree. I feel the same way. I know the guy didn't fuck the couch.
Absolutely.
I know it's totally never happened. But I can't get enough of it. Where's the other one I loved? This was great. They actually photoshopped his head onto this one, onto a classic meme, and that's his wife's head. That's his wife, Usha. He's probably thinking about other women. Soft, brown, Corinthian leather sofa. Oh. So they go on and on and on. What was the one that I really loved? There was one that made me just literally laugh out loud really hard. Anyway, I must have lost it. Anyway, I don't care. So JD Vance, known couch fucker.
It's all right. We've all fucked some weird things when we were teenagers.
Yeah, I told the story about fucking my vacuum cleaner. So I mean, I can't really judge the guy if he put a glove in a couch, threw some lube in there, and went to town. Good for him. We've all done it. I stuffed my fleshlight into my bed. What's the difference? There's no difference whatsoever. Let's see here. Scarf Mommy says, I have a few really good friends in Australia, and they all just laugh at us and are glad they aren't here for this shit. They're just a bunch of drunk criminals over there, in former British criminals or whatever, right? Isn't that what they say?
Yeah.
All the British criminals got sent to Australia, and that's how Australia
And
got
it's
started.
a British accent. Drunk British accent is Australian.
That's right. So there. All right. So we were talking about social media a little bit ago, and JD Vance, on a little bit more serious note and social media connections. There's the guy that runs the social media network Gab came out today and admitted that Thomas Crooks, the guy who attempted to assassinate Trump, actually was posting on Gab. They believe.
Oh.
So
he did have a social media footprint.
It looks like they found a little paper trail. And did you hear the Christopher Wray, the FBI director, yesterday say that he had been Googling how far was Oswald away from Kennedy within the last week?
Oh no shit.
I saw a thing today that there was no ladder. He never climbed up a ladder. He actually climbed up the air conditioner unit on the front side of the building over by literally so. Yeah, and I have actually.
So he would have to crawl, and people would watch him go over the peak, and then he turned around and came back up to the peak.
Yes.
And all the while, the cops are inside the building because they are.
That's where they're stationed.
The inside of the building.
Yeah, that was their little command post inside the building.
I thought people saw him with a ladder on a bike.
From what I saw today on News Nation, he did not have a ladder. That was not true.
And I saw some other security thing, or that people offered drone support or something like that, and it was turned down.
I saw that headline. I didn't read the news story, but I did see that headline today that the Trump campaign asked for drone support out ahead of it and was denied the drone support. So. Look on that woman stepped down, so she resigned. The Kimberly Cheadle, the director of the Secret Service, we never talked about this, but she resigned the other day. So her head was they're gonna. I mean, I love that Nancy Mace lady. She's I think she's a congresswoman. Did you see
ripped her a fucking part?
Yeah, it was good. She's kind of sexy, by the way, that lady.
Especially when she's going in on her like that.
Yeah, it was like you're full of shit and just like cussing her out and shit like that. That was great. I loved it. A little bit of. That's one of the most major thing that's happened. That was a major fuck up by the Secret Service. They got to get taken a task about it.
The biggest understatement ever.
So here are I actually found the posts, and they have, and I swear to God, they had the actual. Hold on one sec. Give me a sec.
I can't believe it's taking this long for this guy to come out and say that.
Well, I don't think that he. So the guy's his name on Gab was @EpicMicrowave. Now they haven't officially confirmed it belongs to him, but they believe that it is. They believe that an unnamed law enforcement agency informed him that Crooks may have posted pro-Biden messages on Gab, a platform known for its alt-right users and conspiratorial content. Are you a Gab guy?
Never heard of it.
Okay. I know you love your conspiracies, but all right. So here is, I'm going to show you guys the actual comments. Now it looks like they're just actually replies to like somebody must, I don't know.
Commenting on other people's posts or pictures or whatever. So exactly. You can just see whatever his response is with no real context.
Exactly right. So here we go. So it starts off with some stuff about turnouts for the 2020 election, turnouts in 2012 and 2016. So the guy seems fairly well spoken, and obviously he's done his research. Basically, he's throwing out a lot of stats and stuff like that. Comparing just the number of votes isn't accurate. Measuring a candidate's popularity, instead look at the percentage of overall votes. You'll find Trump won 46 of the votes in 2016, losing the popular vote. And this year he still won 46% of the votes. So yes, more people vote for him, but that's a result of larger turnout, not a genuine increase of popularity. So he sounds like he's really into this. You know what I mean? The amount of actually, and then he says here, actually, the executive order allows an easier path to U.S. citizenship, therefore no longer making them illegals and allowing children to join their already legalized immigrant parents in the U.S. So he's doing research on law. And there's one comment. There you go. Now, I've been waiting for kind of a snotty comment or any kind of comment that wasn't just based on facts or something like that, or his examination of facts or interpretation of facts. He says here to some at KT Hopkins, the reason all the deaths are down is because you're stuck in your house. So he's basically accusing that guy of going out and shooting people. That was in February of 2021, which was, when did January 6th happen? Was that 2021?
I believe so.
I can't remember.
No, 2020?
2020? I don't remember, right.
Yeah, it was. It was right after the election.
Yeah, so January 6th. 2021. Yeah, so this was right after January 6th. So
election day would have been November 2020.
Yep. So then he just goes on and on. You guys can read the tweets for yourself. I'm not going to read through them all, but he seems obviously quite left-leaning, and looks, based on this last one, I don't know if anti-Trump is the right word, but just, he's very left-leaning based on what we're reading right here. So, interesting. Very interesting to see they're finally getting a little bit of a paper trail to figure out what the hell this guy was up to and why he wanted to take out Trump.
The details sprinkle out.
Now, does that lead to your conspiracy theories? I know you're a big conspiracy theorist. Do you think, have you examined this in any way? Do you think there's anything glaring to you that sticks out?
I don't see really nothing yet, other than there should be a ton more information on this dude already, and they just keep sprinkling shit out. And
well, I
nobody's
heard
being held liable, and it's a fuck up on so many different levels that just.
That lady's gone. I mean, the head of the Secret Service is gone, so somebody who's been
but I'm just saying, like, even leading up to that, and the fact that like RFK hasn't had any security leading up to it, and it's just that.
I saw a guy. I watched a guy, a Secret Service guy today, talk about how the reason things like this, the reason this happened is because the Secret Service men and women are severely overworked. He said, if you're in a situation where they have 50 people, there should be 100. And instead, they're overworking the group that they have. We're working 12 to 20 hours a day, 6 to 7 days a week. And they're just spread too thin. And how do you expect them to be at the tip top of their game if they're working crazy hours like that? So, and this is a guy who's no longer in the Secret Service. So, I mean, the only dog he has in the fight is that, he used to be in the Secret Service, but he was very critical.
He's got that experience, and he can shed some light on what it's like.
But he was very critical of them. He really was. Real quick, I have a video of we were just talking about Thomas Crooks, the shooter. His father was actually finally came out of hiding. And they got a little video of him.
I saw him get like cornered at like a grocery store or something.
Yeah, here's that video. Actually, I haven't even watched it yet, so I'm interested to see how it goes.
Matthew, why would your son want to kill the president?
Back off.
No comment.
No comment.
Were there any warning signs, Matthew?
No comment.
How's Mary holding up?
No comment.
We'll release a statement when our legal counsel advises us to do so. Until then, we have no comment. We just want to try to take care of ourselves right now. So please, give us our space.
Have the feds...
Oh, and then it cuts
Matthew.
off right there. That's all I have. I don't have anything beyond that. I don't know why I cut off right there. But so, yeah, somebody who's kind of, I'm not in media out there interviewing people, but I think about people when they have to go do that job and interview people, kind of ambush media like that. I would have a hard time doing that because I would be like, that guy's son just got his head blown off. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'd be thinking about. I not, why did your son do it? I would be more like, are you holding up all right, guy, after what happened? Because it's got to be hard for you considering everything that
Yeah.
happened. I feel like you might, catch
And
more
have the day,
flies
like
with,
not be
with
able
honey.
to grieve it, not be able to really process or do anything because you're constantly in the chaos of this still and have to relive it every minute of every day on every news channel and every time you go out of your house and every time you go anywhere, like
And your
just
kid,
to be just
I was just thinking, you probably don't even have your kid's body back either. It's being held
No.
for whatever evidence or whatever, I don't know. I don't know what they do with that kind of shit.
I'd imagine they wouldn't even be able to do any type of service or anything like that. I'd imagine it would be protested or whatever.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's just so. I mean, fuck that kid for what he did, but I feel bad for his family. I genuinely do. That would be, if your kid just goes off the rails, God forbid, what that would happen with one of my kids, I would be fucking mortified. I would be horribly. I would do. I don't know. But I can't help myself. I'd be out talking. I'd be like, my kid was great. My fucking kid was great. I don't know what happened to this fucking kid. He was fucking awesome for the longest time. It's got to be his friends. Got to be his friends. Or I don't know. I wouldn't be able to keep my mouth shut for sure. But CYX says, I'm surprised the father went out shopping. To be honest, I am too. You can tell he went out at night. He was definitely on the down, trying to keep it on the down low. But so. Going back to the attempted assassination, I have a crazy video that I came across, and I think everybody has seen that video of Trump turning his head, the 3D animation of it, of him actually.
Yeah, and how it just misses and everything like that.
Yeah, I think everybody's probably seen that one. But now this one, I don't know if people have seen. I was a little, this was pretty crazy when I saw it. It is a 3D animation of everything that happened, and all the shots, where they came from, where they went. And it's crazy to see. Well, I'll just play it for you. It's crazy to see the way, how lucky this guy turned out to be. So here is this 3D animation.
This is the area we're going to focus in on.
And
here you can see the 3 victims that were injured by gunfire and where they were standing in the bleachers. We're going to turn around and demonstrate exactly where these bullets came from. This model represents Thomas Crooks. His position can be seen here in this image, which illustrates exactly where he was. Turning around, we can see the path of all the bullets that were fired from this location. I placed a 10-foot red disc downrange to represent what an average shooter could hit easily. Now let's take a look at this first shot fired. Coming from our key location, bullet 1 grazes President Trump's ear. This is the same bullet that hits a spectator in the stands. We know this through video evidence. As President Trump is talking, the first shot rings out just after he says, "Take a look at what happened."
Something that said, "Take a look at what happened."
We can see the vapor trail of a bullet strike, which is the same bullet that struck President Trump's ear a split second earlier, and this video is this location here.
Oh, right through his side.
Back at the podium, President Trump is shot and grabs his ear, falling to the ground as more shots rang out. In total, there were 7 or 8 shots, so let's rewind and watch this at regular speed.
Take a look at what happened.
Look at that. Isn't that crazy? Look at that, man. That's
With
what
all that
really,
gun-
that is what blew my mind right there. That shot. Right there.
Think how that crane was there, man.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. That's a really great point, because he had to kind of dance his view around that crane. He was, no, but you know what? I bet you that was part of his line of thinking, was that I'm going to actually be a line of sight with him, kind of with that crane, and I'm almost hiding behind it. So even if Trump looks, he's not going to see the glint or anything because of that crane kind of just distracting his viewpoint.
Yeah.
But I found this part just to be the craziest part of the whole thing, is watching these bullets come in. And I'm going just frame by frame here. I'll mute it because it sounds like shit. But as we go frame by frame, you start to see how the bullets come in. Come on. Go on. I'm doing too slow. All right, so there's the first one. Grabs his ear. Going frame
Once
by
again,
frame.
them snipers on the roof behind him ain't doing shit.
True. You see him up there doing nothing. That's right. Yeah. Second shot rings out. Then we're going frame by frame.
Then the other one obviously comes in front of him.
Yeah, he overcorrects because he was off to the left a little bit, so he tries to correct back to the right, and he's panicked and at this point, so he overcorrects to the right.
So he's got 3 shots off pretty much before Trump can even hit the ground.
Exactly right. The first shot hit him. The second 2 missed. Then Trump, let's see, so we're going frame by frame. The third shot had come through. Trump starts to drop. Then we have the fourth shot comes. So we got a little pause right now in between that fourth shot, the third and fourth shot. So then he actually does aim low.
Corrects and aims. Yeah, he's about to say he's aiming for the ground.
He realizes.
I didn't even know that.
I didn't either. Next one goes right over him, just to the right, it looks like. And then the next, so that we're on 6, shot number 6, he overcorrects up and to the left. Jeez, this is insane. And then fires
how
off.
Is somebody able to get that many shots off?
Ripped off. There's 7 shots now that he's ripped off. And then as we turn, we can see where all those went by him. This is the best animation I've seen yet. This is fucking nuts.
Yeah, without a doubt.
This is crazy. So let's just finish it up then. So you see Trump's there, then let's see if it goes. Oh, hold on. Let me turn back the sound. Turn the sound back on. Sorry.
With all that gunfire, it's easy to understand how these spectators were injured, even though they were not the target, including the sole spectator who lost his life that day.
Corey. And look at where that hit him, by the way. That actually caught my eye because look at where it hit him. Right along his ear. Just
dude, I wonder if he wouldn't have been hit if that bullet would have hit Trump.
Oh man, that's a really good point. That's a really good point. Which, and I got to tell you though, watching this view here, it kind of takes away from the story that he was bent over shielding his family. I don't want to take away from the guy. Just by this animation, doesn't look like it. But that's a great point, Mikey. That little bit of hitting him in the ear deflect the shot.
Throw the bullet off, stop the bullet. I mean, obviously this isn't like complete. I mean, it might be complete to scale, but it just made me, that's the first thing I thought was like, if that dude wasn't standing there, maybe that bullet ends up hitting Trump on the ground.
That's a good point. But I was thinking too, like, look how it just like it took off the side of his head by his ear. That's the difference between Trump turning his head and not turning his head.
Yeah.
That's the where we're at right here. So, all right, so back up a little bit and pick it back up.
Target, including the sole spectator who lost his life that day.
There's the other one where it went through that guy.
As we circle around, we can see how all the paths of the bullets were hitting in the location of this forklift machine, causing one of the hydraulic hoses to burst.
Which was the one I missed. So there you go. That's where this wraps up at this point. But I got to say, I wish it went on further to show where the sniper starts shooting. I haven't been able to find the actual longer version of it.
I would like to know that. But you still can't, you don't hear any of the actual police snipers laying off any shots in that time. You literally hear him get off 8 shots.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. But they got him. He's down. He's out. So yeah, I found that to be really interesting.
Long enough time. I don't know, man.
You know what else is interesting about this whole thing with Trump shooting? And I don't want to spend all night on it, but we haven't talked much about it since this happened, other than just like the one day. Did you see the UFO conspiracy? Did you see this?
No, lay it on me,
bro. This is nuts. There was somebody caught on camera, and I thought I had another picture of it too, but I just got this one video. Watch, and I think it slows it down. Let me peek real quick. I'm going to cheat real quick and see if it shows it. But this is what happened during the shooting that day. See that?
I did see that.
Coming in from the right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Slowed down even more now. Coming in from the right side. There.
That's wild.
What is that? Somebody zoomed in on it even closer than this. I'm trying to see if I can get it to zoom. Somebody did some sort of weird thing on it, but in my opinion, it almost looks like it could be a jet because on the right side of it,
That's way too fast.
That's the problem, though. That's the problem.
Way too fast.
I agree. Now, there are people who are out there saying that this is some sort of, you know how in other stories they talk about like nuclear, I don't know if you've ever heard the stuff with the nuclear, the nuclear bases. When
there's always sightings and stuff like that of UFOs around stuff like that, and there's always been an elevated sightings of them in active war zones and stuff like that.
Exactly right. And they've said that, and here's another picture of it from a different angle. So just so it wasn't just that one person's camera having an issue or something like that. That's a different view of it. Looks pretty fucking weird and round to me. But people are saying that because you know how they show up at these nuclear bases, and in fact, they've actually had moments where they've everything started arming itself and then it shut itself off. There was an incident from a guy that I watched, I think in the UFO documentary Phenomenon, where a guy said that they thought they were getting ready to do an attack. They were turning everything on for an attack, and like they were going to launch because they thought they had something going on, and then something came along and turned off everything. So they're saying that this is some sort of guardian thing, that the aliens are guarding either not looking after Trump, but saying that by somehow preventing it from happening. I don't know what them flying by, how that would prevent anything. But supposedly that could cause some sort of, like, what they're trying to intervene with is if the division that is caused by if he were to actually be shot. We'd become so divided.
Could start in the end of the actual, like possibly the end of the world, the beginning of the end of the world.
We nuke ourselves, the North nukes the South, or whatever. You know, it turns into some crazy thing. And they're saying this was just another incident where the aliens decided to get involved and intervene with us to prevent us from our own demise. So,
I thought that was the aliens to be for Trump.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say they were for Trump. They're trying to prevent the division. Damn it, that's what I was. They're not protecting Trump. Damn it. All right, I have the hiccups, and I need to go to the bathroom. So we'll take a quick break here. We'll come back from break. I have an interesting story, Mikey, that I think you might. I'm interested to get your opinion on.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it's probably a shitty subject, no pun intended, but I think you'll find it to be. I'm very interested to get your opinion on the whole thing. So, second hour is always happy hour here on Another Dumb Show. So, if you guys have some drinky poos like I've been doing, get your drinky poo on. Turn on a video of Kamala Harris being semi-presidential in the other room and tell them to go in there and say, watch your next president, guys. And you close the door while you get your drinky drink on, your milky milk on, and we'll be right back here on Another Dumb Show. Sit tight. Hang on. Here we go. Welcome back to another Dumb Show. I'm another Dumb Show host. So good to have you guys here with me tonight. Thank you for streaming on my tube. Appreciate you. If you've not already hit the thumbs up for tonight's video, I'd greatly appreciate it if you did that. Those of you who are not already members, if you've not hit the join button and helped support the show through your monthly donation of $1.99 or up to $9.99, please do that. The show needs your help to support, survive. The show needs your support to stay alive. There you go, because we need you guys to keep this thing up and running because, you guys, if you watch this show, you might be used to listening to a show on the radio that I might have used to been on, and then you don't think about the fact that, that show's getting paid by a major corporation. Nobody paying the bills around here except for me and you guys. So all the support that you guys can give would be greatly appreciated. So just go to the Another Dumb Show homepage, click the join button, and you can become a member and support the show and make sure we stay up and running. I saw real quick, oh, there's Mikey. Good stuff. What's up, dude? You back, dude? What's up, bro?
Sorry, I was hungry. Yeah, I had to crush a couple egg salad sandwiches real quick.
Oh man, I love egg salad. Is that homemade egg salad? Your mom make it?
Yeah, no, I just hard boiled some eggs like a few hours ago, and I was right before the show. I was like, I'll just eat a couple hard boiled eggs, and then during the break, I was like, let me just hurry up and mash up these last 4 real quick.
What'd you do? Did you put mayonnaise and mustard and everything in it? Like that's
mayo mustard, yeah.
Oh, that's the good stuff. That's so awesome. I love a good egg salad sandwich. We have there's a store or
you
a restaurant.
More of like a real hard boiled or soft boiled type egg? Like I like my yolk to be nice and orange, almost on the verge of still being gooey.
No, I want it cooked all the way. I like my eggs. I don't like hard boiled
yellow chalk.
I don't like hard-boiled eggs, really, period. I like mayonnaise and mustard.
Oh, I love hard-boiled eggs. I love deviled eggs. I love eggs. Hook a brother up with some eggs.
I love deviled eggs. Deviled eggs are that's my weakness. I could murder some deviled eggs.
They can't be like freezing cold, though. I don't like things that are freezing cold out of the fridge. They got to be like warm.
They got to be sitting out for a minute. They got not quite room temperature, but just to add that super cold fridge edge taken off of them. I agree with you on that.
Same thing with like potato salad. I can't do potato salad once it's been refrigerated.
Too cold.
The potatoes get all starchy again.
Yeah. There is a fast food place here called Swenson's. That one of these days I'm actually probably going to do a Swenson's food challenge because I can fucking murder a lot of Swenson's. But you can get an egg salad sandwich. You can get it
really at a fast food joint.
It's pretty good. It is fast food, but it isn't. It's like a drive-in kind of. It's like an old school place where you drive up in your car and you turn your lights on and they bring food out to you. But with Uber Eats and everything, you can just get it delivered now, it sucks when you have to go there as a DoorDasher. It really sucks because you're sitting there waiting forever for them to make the fucking food. But it's good for people who like to eat a lot of food because it's not horribly expensive, and I can the burgers are so good because they're like kind of sweet. I don't know if it's the bun or whatever they're doing in the meat.
What they got, like a potato roll or a Hawaiian roll or something like that?
I don't know. Whatever it is, it's kind of a sweet burger. In fact, I ordered it for my boys one day, and they were like, I don't like this. This is not how burgers are supposed to taste. So. To each their own. I think they're fucking bomb. But speaking of to each their own, Mikey, have you watched I have not watched the season finale yet, but have you watched the season finale of The Boys?
Dude, I still have how many episodes of the season? I think I've only watched the first 2 episodes. This guy, my buddy at work, keeps hammering me to watch it.
Well, yeah. Did you hear about the scene with
I've
Huey?
Heard nothing. I've avoided it all. I want to watch, I want to sit down. Like my plan was this weekend. I got one day off, Sunday. Weather's not supposed to be that good, so I'm going to see Wolverine in the morning, and then the whole afternoon I'm going to plan on watching the whole last season of The Boys.
Oh, fuck. I don't want to blow it for you then. I feel bad. I'm going to do this story. I'm going to end up blowing something for you. Fuck, I assumed you had watched it all by now. Shit.
No. I'm a binge guy. I can't do this wait shit between episodes and between fucking groups of episodes. I have to sit down and watch like 8 episodes at once like a real crackhead.
All right. Well, I'm not going to do that story then. I don't want to blow it for you. We'll save it. You have to watch that soon, though, because I've been sitting on this story for a minute because I figured you would have watched it by now.
I'll start watching it tonight then. Well, either way, I'll have it done by Monday.
All right, perfect. Good stuff. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about, the scene with Huey. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about when you get to it. All right. I do have another story here for you guys. It's actually pretty fucking nuts. I don't know. It's been the story's been out for a couple weeks now. I think it's from the beginning of July. There is a... Hold on one second. I'm just getting this video ready here for you. All right. There is a woman named Leticia Gonzalez Triplett. So Leticia Triplett, she was 58 years old. And I say was 58 years old because she went to the Las Vegas Athletic Club. Wait, what?
Like in Las Vegas, or like a
Sorry,
chain
hold
of
on.
places called Las Vegas.
This news story I'm reading is written so poorly. I was very confused by what they're talking about. So, okay. The who of it is this woman named Leticia Gonzalez Triplett. She's 58 years old. She went swimming at the Las Vegas Athletic Club. This was earlier this I don't know exactly. Oh, okay. So it happened on February 4th, but the news story just came out about it over the last couple weeks. The story's from July 21st is when I read it. The woman, this Leticia Triplett lady, she was in the Air Force for 24 years. So you'd think that she would, know how to go swimming, right?
Yeah.
She went into the pool and attempted to swim some laps, kicking her legs, grabbing over to the side. But she started to have some trouble. And I've never seen anything like this in my life, Mikey, what happens to this woman, for several reasons. Her, number one, just what her actions are so strange to me. I can't even begin to understand them. And then the actions of the people around her. Now, mind you, this woman she was in the pool for about 25 minutes. So this video I'm going to play is a little bit, is much shorter. It's only about 45 seconds or so. And I'm going to warn you, this video is kind of, I wouldn't say it's graphic, but it could be traumatic to anybody who's been in the water or had somebody drown or anything like that. Because this woman went in the water, Mikey, and this is what happened to her. And I'm going to mute it because of that stupid music. But
she ain't walking that well to begin with. Let's be real.
I didn't notice. Okay, let's see. Okay, so
one step at a time, like very gingerly walking.
That's a very good point. So then you see her swimming up and down the sides, but this is where it starts getting weird. She finds herself back at the steps by like one of the poles. Now, I used to do this when I was a kid. You know how when you go to the pool, you grab the pole and you push yourself underwater?
You play around the railing and shit.
Yeah, you like try to see. And I would always push myself under it because I wanted to see how long I could hold my breath for. And that was the best way to do it because you can grab the railing and put yourself right under and you're not that deep. You can just pop your head right back up. So when I first saw this, that's what this reminded me of. But you see her kind of struggling, holding on to this railing. Which is really weird.
Just kind of,
and then you see,
like,
right?
What the heck?
This is what I'm saying. And I hate to laugh. I hate to laugh, but what the fuck is this lady doing?
Don't eat mushrooms before you go in the pool.
Like, honestly. And then, okay, so a guy just walks past
this person walks right by her.
She stops, though. It's almost like you're just watching this woman flounder on the steps. Like, is she just playing around? Is she just sitting there being, people are weird. Just being a big fat fuck.
She literally moves out of the way to let this dude walk by her.
Yep, I agree. So nothing really too weird there, I guess.
And then she gets into some gyrating.
She's trying to pull herself up, Mikey. She, for some reason, is using the railings to pull herself up, but And it goes back to what you talked about before with her legs not working, maybe, where she had to like take that one step at a time. I don't think she could physically step up the steps. So she's trying to pull herself with her arms and her legs at the same time.
Yeah, dude, it's so weird. And
So
then,
then she comes off the railing, and
she's lost the railing, and now she's swimming in circles.
Now she's flailing. She's holding the end, and then there it goes. And that's sadly enough. Yeah, she ends up drowning.
Jesus Christ. And this dude's walking right. What the fuck?
Another person just walks past her on her phone. Then finally somebody jumps in to help this woman, and unfortunately she had already passed away.
This is where I have so many questions.
That's why I'm talking about this story, Mikey.
So
that's
she's flailing around, but she's audibly not making any noises, screaming help or nothing, just split splash, taking a bath, you know what I'm saying? Just having fun?
I have no idea what she's doing. Other than the fact that when her legs,
I'm pretty sure at every gym pool there's a lifeguard. At least everyone that I've ever been to.
Now, they did not have a lifeguard. The LVAC, Las Vegas Athletic Club, was one of the companies granted a variance that allowed remote monitoring of its pools by a video camera. That changed after this because there was a second near drowning incident 10 days after this woman drowned. But she had pushed herself off the steps, then was shown on camera floating, listen to this, face down and motionless for 10 minutes with people appearing to see her body and not realizing anything was wrong. We watched that guy walk by on his phone. You're walking on your phone. You know you're going to see in your peripheral vision. That lady was right there.
You literally just saw her flailing around. You walked by her on the steps while she was flailing around.
Is that the same guy?
Yeah, it's the same guy. Isn't it?
Perhaps. Let's see. Red, just basic black shorts. It looks like, and the guy's kind of tan.
Yeah.
Kind of trying to see here. And then when we back out, we'll go to the next one. And
is
again,
she a white lady named Letitia?
Yeah, I think here's her picture. Actually, I believe she might be maybe Native American or maybe
part of her can't swim.
Okay, there she is, right there. This is the woman who
she looks
passed
like she
away.
can swim.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Now I don't know what her nationality is or whatever, but. Going back, let's see if it's the same guy. It could potentially be the same guy. We got black shorts walking by. I mean, it looks like it might be. You're right, Mikey. It might be the same guy. I think you could be onto something there.
Dude.
Is there a chance he's taking a picture?
Fuck?
Is there a chance he's taking a picture right there?
He very well could be taking a picture. He could have been videoing her. Like, yo, look at this bitch flailing around in the pool.
I would have been recording that lady doing that weird shit, but then I would have been watching so much that I would have watched her when she started to struggle and went, "Oh fuck, I need to help this lady."
And then she goes still.
Right? How do you put? Some people do that. If you go to a pool, there are weirdos who just lay their face down.
Dead for 10 minutes at a time.
Not for 10 minutes. Not for 10 minutes. They usually pick their head up and catch some air after about 15 or 20 seconds. That's where this story is so fucking strange.
Looks like this doesn't look like this is America. This is something I would expect to see in in
Russia.
One of my Instagram death videos that I watch. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. And there is something here. Where is the story I read here? There's a psychologist, the UNLV, University of Nevada, Las Vegas psychology associate professor, Stephen Banning. He talked about this, and he blamed several factors, including America's culture that prioritizes individual freedom. Quote, "When I look at a video like this and I think about what the experience is of people around an individualistic culture like ours, there's very much a sense of not wanting to mess with people or get in their business. I think he's what I meant to say there.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that I understand, but still, man, that woman was very much struggling in so many different ways.
But if you saw her on the part with the steps, would you almost think to yourself, this is a crazy person? I don't want to get involved with this person whatsoever.
Crazy person, maybe a little like slowish.
Okay, I'll give you that too. And another point, this doctor, this Stephen Banning, this associate professor from UNLV says, quote, this might be a manifestation of a bystander effect where people don't understand what it is that they're seeing. He said, it's so unlikely that we would, as people, imagine seeing others dying in a pool that we're using that it may not enter people's mind that this is something that's actually happening. So it's our mind trying to prevent ourselves from realizing what's happening, which is so...
And this is happening with multiple... I could see maybe one person that happening to, but like multiple people that happening to it, and they're all at the pool. Like, I don't... No way, man.
Strangely enough, I just heard another person. God, this is so weird when this kind of stuff happens. I just heard I was listening to Joe Rogan podcast with Sam Morrill the other day. Did you hear that? Did you listen to that podcast? Did you hear him tell the story about watching a woman when he told the story about a woman falling in front of him and dying on the streets of New York City?
Yeah, when he was like 8 years old.
Yeah.
10 years old, walking home.
He said in that moment, he thought it was a movie being filmed because his mind wouldn't let him believe it was actually happening in front of him. So that's kind of that same.
He was still like gurgling and mumbling and stuff. Oh,
what a horrible,
my God.
What a horrible.
No wonder that dude is such a good comic.
Well, plus that also might explain, like, and I just said this yesterday when I mentioned him, why he's kind of got a heart of gold. You know what I mean? You watch somebody do that right in front of you. You kind of have two ways to go from that. You're horribly devastated by what you've seen and you're traumatized by it and you're scared to death all the time, blah, blah, blah. Or you kind of look at it and go, okay, life is short. It's precious. Because he even joked around about how he watches Good Morning America. That's, you know what I mean? And he's like, they cook stuff and it's great. You know what I mean?
Dude, he's so good on morning TV and stuff like that, dude.
But not even that. Not the parts where he's destroying it. He said it real quickly. He said, I like to watch Good Morning America when they cook stuff and they're just being nice. And I kind of related to that because I have moments where I just like that because it's cheesy, it's easy to watch, wholesome, exactly right. There's no, none of that. I'm not going to hear any crazy stereotypical comedy. It's just super, and which is fine when I'm in the mood for that. But sometimes I want just kind of wholesomeness and chill, and I know there's going to be nothing shocking happening. Absolutely. It's just they're making a fucking, they're making chicken cordon fucking bleu. You know what I mean? I'm like, I wonder how this is going to turn out. I hope it's great. But anyway. It's a sad story because this woman, she was in the Air Force 24 years, did a tour in Afghanistan in 2008, received many medals and ribbons for outstanding service.
I wonder if she was like having a stroke or something, man. Like, there's just something about this whole entire thing that, like, the way she walked into the pool all gingerly, the way she had no balance or wherewithal trying to get back out of the pool by the steps, the way she pushed away from the ladder and started swimming in the circles. Like, there's something else that happened there.
I read a different story too, where did I delete the story by accident? There is, I believe they're going to be suing the Las Vegas Athletic Club, obviously. But
I'm sure she signed up on some type of thing saying that I'm not liable or whatever. They know they don't have a lifeguard, so.
But they're claiming, where is the part in the story? I can't find it. I must have not saved that one story. But she did have some health problems, like congestive heart failure, and another one that was like, kind of where I was like, oh, like that could have been the problem where, and I can't remember where.
I mean, congestive heart failure is what it is, and swimming's probably one of the best things for it because it's so low impact.
But the problem with congestive heart failure is when you lay on your back, you can't breathe because you're filled with fluid. So yeah. So I'm wondering if she's laying on her back. The float effect of the fluid moving up and fucking with her heart, it could have messed with her. She's not getting enough oxygen at that point, so she's just kind of woozy and not thinking straight and not getting her legs underneath her, and she's just trying to pull herself up, and then next thing you know, she's passing out in the fucking water, and then drowned. It's a sad story. It really is. I don't mean
It
to
is
make
really
fun
sad.
of her.
Like it's actually kind of hard. Like, and I got no problem watching crazy fucked up videos and stuff. But like watching that woman struggle and stuff. Oh,
it's sad. It really is a sad story, but it's so bizarre. It's and that's one of the reasons why I talked
there's
about
just
it.
so many questions I've got still. Like
I hope that they do a bigger. Irish Ronnie said maybe she had a stroke. I had terrible vertigo when I had mine. Maybe that I wish I could remember what the other health problems she had. Maybe it was something like that because there was a major one in there where I was like, oh, that could be
clotting aneurysm, something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but anyway. Well, Mikey, some crazy news in the world of entertainment over the past couple days. Have you seen what's going on with the Tupac murder?
No.
Dude, court filings have revealed that a man charged with Tupac's murder, Keefe D, was, quote, a confidential police informant who tried to implicate hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs in the rapper's death.
No shit.
Yes. There's a 179-page document.
You know, we've all been thinking that for a long time. Everyone kind of makes shots at it and talks about it. So,
yep, everybody's been saying this for a long time. According to Las Vegas police and Los Angeles Police Department, they were working together on this case. Keefe D, known as Dwayne Davis, became an informant after getting caught trafficking a large amount of drugs by a task force. Despite denying involvement in Biggie Smalls' murder, Keefe provided a recorded confession to the police about he and his gang killed Tupac in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas in 1996. Keefe claimed that Diddy offered him... Let me say this again. Keefe claimed that Diddy offered him $1 million for Tupac's murder, which was reportedly paid to a gangster named Eric Zip Martin. Prosecutors allege that Keefe even flew to New York in 2009 to corroborate the conspiracy to kill Tupac. According to prosecutors, Keefe, acting in an undercover capacity, ran into Zip on the street as he approached his workplace. Mr. Martin, Zip, greeted the defendant excitedly. They had a social conversation. Zip indicated he was out of the business, but directed him to conduct his drug activities with the nephew. Thereafter... Hold on. They ended up going to a restaurant where they talked even more about this informant, where he was getting all this information. I don't know if he was wearing a wire or whatever. But they go on to implicate Diddy even further, with prosecutors summarizing Keefe's interviews to suggest Diddy's involvement in orchestrating Tupac's assassination. So just when you didn't think things would get any worse for Diddy, now he's being implicated in orchestrating the murder of the most famous and or greatest rapper of all time, as some people would argue.
Yeah.
So who knows what's going to happen
Just
with
adding more fuel to that conspiracy that people have been talking about for years.
I know. And now there's actual like court shit involved.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a tweet here that says Keefe D claims he protected Diddy from Tupac and Suge Knight during his LA visits. It's also been rumored that Diddy once offered a bounty on a death row chain, leading to an altercation between Tupac and Orlando Anderson.
Diddy's got some type of information about the deep state or whatever. He's going to be disappeared soon. They're going to tie it to this Tupac thing, and they're going to say that it was gang retaliation or whatever. But either way, whatever Diddy knows or whatever they got on them cameras, dude, they're going to figure out a way to quiet him up.
That's a good point, because he did have all those cameras supposedly hidden, catching people in his house in compromising situations.
Powerful people.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that. So this would be a great way to kind of start... just like you said, say that he's involved in some sort of gang shooting and have just some sort of patsy gang member or whatever take him out. Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good conspiracy, Mikey. I like that one. That's a good one. Let's see here. What's your time schedule? You got to go take care of this chick? Are you good until 9? Or what's your time schedule?
Yeah, I'm good. Hang on. Let me see. Is it going to make it 30 minutes? Yeah, I'm good till 9.
Perfect. All right, good. I got a few quick stories that we can burn through here before you have to go. Mikey, we're living in a fucked up ass world right now. Here in Ohio, there's a guy who, Michael Burkheimer, he was dining with his wife and friends at a wing joint in Hamilton, Ohio, and he ordered his usual order, boneless wings with Parmesan garlic sauce. No big deal. They bring the food out to him. Yeah, delicious, right? I love good boneless wings. B1 is obsessed with boneless wings. I'm more of a bone-in guy, to be honest with you, because I feel like you get more of the dark meat and the juice and all that stuff when you're eating those. So
Yeah,
I like wings, and I'm not a big fan of too much breading. Too much breading, if it'll ruin the chicken wing for me. So I don't do a lot of boneless wings, but B1 lives on the teriyaki boneless wings. Now, one thing this has never happened to her, but this happened to this Michael Burkheimer guy, was when he was eating these boneless wings, he felt a bite-sized piece of meat go down the wrong way. Then, 3 days later, he was really feverish. He was unable to keep food down. Ends up going to the emergency room, where the doctor discovered a long, thin chicken bone that had torn his esophagus, and caused an infection. Burkheimer then, because he ordered boneless wings, went on to sue the restaurant, Wings on Brookwood. Yeah, well, I would have done the same thing. I would have boneless fucking wings, and you give me a fucking wing with a bone in it when I'm supposed to just be able to chew these fuckers, pop these motherfuckers in and just chew them up and swallow them. I would do the same thing. I would find an attorney that would sue these motherfuckers. The restaurant, he claims in his suit, failed to warn him that these so-called boneless wings could contain bones. The suit also named the supplier of the boneless chicken wings and the farm that produced the chicken, claiming all were negligent. It's a little bit of a stretch, but why not go for everybody if you're an attorney, right? All right. So the story ended up going all the way to the Ohio Supreme Court. Which, believe it or not, wasn't. Yeah, it didn't just get finished in a regular old court.
Real important shit going on in Ohio, that's for sure.
Yeah. And Mikey, this is where I say things have actually gone crazy in this world. In a 4-3 ruling, the Ohio Supreme Court said on Thursday that, quote, boneless wings refers to a cooking style, and that Burkheimer should have been on guard against bones, since it's common knowledge that chickens have bones.
The chickens have bones. I mean, I'm right there with the Supreme Court on this one.
The high court sided with lower courts that had dismissed Burkheimer's suit. I find this to be, they say here, the Justice Joseph T. Dieters writes for the majority, a diner reading boneless wings on a menu would no more believe that the restaurant was warranting the absence of bones in the items than believe that the items were made from chicken wings. Just as a person eating chicken fingers would know that he had not been served fingers. This is the biggest load of horse shit I've ever heard. This guy, I am all for Michael Burkheimer. He should have been paid on this one.
And I'm kind of siding with the Supreme Court. Like, goddamn, I'm eating meat. There's kind of like a small expectation that there could be a bone in there.
Chicken wings are wings. They have wings on them. They just pull the wing part off.
Boneless wings are not wings.
It's a good point. That is a good point. But the word boneless is put in there. So to me, that means they would have deboned it. There's no bone in it. I find this to be
it's chimkin. There could be bones in any part of it. It's an animal. If you would have gotten some tofu or vegetarian boneless wings and you get a bone, then that's a problem.
I got one for you. You go to McDonald's, you order chicken nuggets, and there's a bone in it. You suing McDonald's?
No.
Cuts your esophagus and you have to go to the hospital because you have an infection.
The expectation is that I'm eating chicken. There could be a bone in it.
No way. Even if I was eating chicken nuggets, chicken fingers, chicken anything that implies that it's a breaded item with chicken byproduct inside it, that tells me there's
chicken
no
finger,
bone.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a bone. No, it doesn't say boneless for chicken fingers.
I know, but I feel like any sort of item that is not is not a breast.
I'm surprised
of chicken.
I feel this way. I'm just as surprised as you are. But for some reason, I'm like, there could be a bone in there.
The justices who disagreed with it called the main judge's reasoning, quote, utter jabberwocky, and said that a jury should have been allowed to decide whether a restaurant was negligent in serving Berkheimer a piece of chicken that was advertised as boneless. I agree. I totally agree. Here's a great question, Mikey. From Justice Michael P.
That
Donnelly.
it was advertised as boneless, like boneless is in the name.
This is a great point. Justice Michael P. Donnelly, one of the dissenting judges, so one of the ones that disagreed with the ruling, said, the question must be asked, does anyone really believe that the parents in this country who feed their young children boneless wings or chicken tenders or chicken nuggets or chicken fingers expect bones to be in the chicken? Of course they don't. Justice Michael P. Donnelly wrote in dissent, when they read the word boneless, they think that it means without bones, as do all sensible people. I could not agree with that guy anymore. Now I will say
I agree with that.
When my kids were real little, I did break up their chicken fingers and stuff and kind of mush them a little bit, just in case.
Make sure there's no bone.
Yeah, just in case. And it also cooled them off faster, so it was like a double win for me there. But Johnny Fan says Jabberwocky. What a bunch of tomfoolery and shenanigans. Exactly. Straight up kerfuffle. I agree. A bunch of hoodwinkery. So yeah, I thought you'd get a kick out of that story. We actually disagree on one. I can't believe it. Usually we're in agreement on everything, but I wonder if you're going to think about this next one real quick before we wrap things up. There is a story. Apparently you're a Ford guy, aren't you?
Big time Ford guy.
I know you're a Ford guy. Well, Ford just recently patented a new speed limiting system called night drive mode that automatically restricts vehicle speeds after dark using sensors and GPS data. While aimed at improving safety for first responders driving at night, the technology has sparked intense debate. Many drivers are outraged at the idea of mandatory speed caps, seeing it as an infringement on their freedom behind the wheel. The speed limiter would be triggered by a light sensor that would measure ambient light levels, but also communicate with the car's GPS and telematics systems to determine if it's actually nighttime or if lower light levels are due to inclement weather. In either case, the vehicle would be limited to a specific speed regardless of local speed limits, unless the driver requests an override. So what do you think about this technology, Mikey? Should it be in the norm to keep our roads safer?
A lot of people drive like dickheads, man, and the amount of videos of people like cutting up and the way they try to some of the wildest videos I watch on Instagram right now. Like that's probably the biggest lane of video that I watch is these people that
car crash
weave
videos
in and out of traffic. No, not car crash videos. These people that it's called cutting up. And it's just driving through full traffic at like full speed and weaving in and out of traffic in the wildest, most insane driving I've ever seen.
I wonder if
they don't crash.
I witnessed this the other day on the freeway because when I DoorDash, it's so lame, but I stay in the right lane going like 64 because I will get a delivery right as I'm coming up to an exit. And I need to be able to get over real quickly and get off.
And decide quickly, yep.
Yeah, so it's easier to be going slow. It's easier to be in the right lane, and I can get off real quick. So I'm seeing, and when I drive, like, people talk about quarterbacks, everything slows down for them.
I drive thousands and thousands of miles a month.
So you know what I mean. When I drive, the faster I drive, the slower everything moves for me. It's very strange. But I just tend to see the road better if I'm moving faster than all the traffic around me. It slows down. Now, the slower I go, the more oddly, and it makes sense because of actual speeds, but it's more like the more I'm performing, the more I have to zone in, the more everything slows down around me.
Well, when you're faster, you can gauge everybody else's speed a little bit better and plan moves ahead. When you are going slower than everybody else and you can't, because you're spending more time looking in front of you than behind you, you really can't see the people coming from behind you as much, and you just can't maneuver as much.
It's a good point. It's a very good point. So everything is just very different when I'm driving, in this right lane. And I watched Tater, love you too. Thank you for loving the show or loving me. I watched somebody the other day. I saw him in my rear view just come tearing through traffic, weaving like nuts.
Oh yeah.
And then I watched him like get stuck at like some dipshit was blocking the left lane. So they were just like, they got in the left lane, couldn't move over. They moved over the way to the right lane, tried to get over there. They moved back to the left lane. And I'm watching all this in like slow motion,
That's
in front of me. And
cutting up is how that's safety for the Vikings just died. Kyrie Jackson, fourth round draft pick. They were cutting it up in traffic. Yeah.
Wow. I just watched a video and I forgot to pull it of a motorcyclist doing the same thing, cutting it up. He was flying through traffic, in stopped traffic, going in between cars, like going, vroom, like flying through them. It was so dangerous. So I am a little conflicted about this whole thing because I do like the idea of the roads being safe. That's where most deaths happen on the roads every year.
Mm-hmm.
It would be thousands and thousands of less deaths every year if everything was GPS controlled. We're all riding in robot driven cars at this, at some point or whatever, autonomously driven vehicles. We'll just be able to get work done. You know what I mean? I'll just be like, sweet, I can just
be more efficient.
Take a nap, get some work done. Not have to worry about it because everything is being run at a perfect GPS. Everything knows how far the cars are in front of them, so we can sit back and relax. And there won't be any accidents unless one of the cars malfunctions, which could happen and will likely happen, but it will be so much more infrequent compared to there won't be anybody cutting it up. There won't be guys like me.
I got no problem with them putting a cap for speed at nighttime and stuff like that. I really don't.
See, I do until we have full-blown autonomous vehicles to where all of us are in autonomous vehicles and everybody has to go the same speed.
Yeah, that'll never happen, though.
No, it will. No, that's coming. That's going to happen for sure.
Ain't not a single person coming to take away my 1968 Ford.
It'll be mandated, bro. That'll happen for sure.
Not in our lifetime.
It all depends on how quickly the autonomous vehicles progress because they will prove that it is safer to not have any of us driving vehicles and we will no longer drive cars. I would not be shocked that that's in our lifetime, especially with the progression of AI.
I don't see it happening in our lifetime. They'd already have other people flying. They'd already have AI flying planes and stuff like that for us.
They do. Our fighter jets. You haven't heard about this?
Yeah, they're still manned. There's a bunch of them that are still manned.
They're losing to the AI driven fighter jets in dogfights. I
have seen some stuff about that.
Beats human,
but it still as for cars and stuff like that. It's just not. It's not a feasible thing. The amount of people that have to drive older cars and can't afford new cars, and it just won't happen. I'll never have a car like that. I'll never have a car payment. So
here we go. How did the world's first dogfight between AI and human go? In the scenario in September, an Air Force F-16 fighter plane running on artificial intelligence successfully completed a dogfight exercise against a human pilot for the first time. So
obviously they haven't flown against Maverick yet.
Of course not. Yeah, well, you get Tom Cruise up there and the shit's all over from there. But no, it's happening. I mean, if they're doing it with jets, and the only reason they can get away with doing it with jets is because there's a lot less congestion. You know what I'm saying? If the thing starts going the wrong direction, there's nothing nothing to run into. It'll just plummet to the ground or whatever, I guess, which is a lot of money, but military can afford to do that. So that's how it works. Military technology figures everything out, and then it trickles down to the everyday consumer. So we're headed in that direction.
It's definitely we're headed in that direction, but it's nothing I'm going to see in my lifetime.
I think so. I think it's coming. I'm not going to say within the next 5 years or anything like that, but I think before,
because I still want to drive. I don't want to get in a vehicle and let it drive for me.
What are you going to do when they mandate it, though? When they say you can have that collector's car, you're not allowed to drive it except anywhere you can tow it to a track.
This is America. I'm going to drive it around still. Bail reform. What are they going to do? They'll ticket me and give me an appearance ticket and let me go.
No, not for something like this. Not for a government mandate kind of thing. That's the kind of shit where it's a government rule you're breaking. And they'll tell you driving is a privilege, Mikey. You can have privileges revoked at any time, is what they say.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, they're not gonna, just like they say they're going to mandate natural gas is going to be gone in the next 30 years. That's not going to happen either.
Yeah, that would suck for my old pal DJ Jazzy Jim. That's what he does. He converts vehicles.
My generators all run on natural gas.
Yeah, he converts fleet vehicles to natural gas vehicles. So that's why that dude's that's why he got out of radio and entertainment completely, because he's making bank doing that. So good for him. So Crooked Orchid says you and Mikey wrote government rules the whole time that you smoked pot from when you were little to know what's up with that doesn't matter now. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's a voice note or something.
Broke, not wrote?
I don't know. You and Mikey broke government rules the whole time that you smoked pot from when you were little to now. What's up with that doesn't matter now. I don't know. Anyway, I'm using that as a segue to talk about weed real quick before we wrap things up. Ohio just granted their first recreational marijuana licenses.
How many did they hand out?
I believe there were 10 of them. 10 cultivators have been issued recreational licenses. One of them is Clutch, which is a really good brand here. I think I had some Clutch stuff when you were here, which is really, really good. So I'm glad to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
4 of them are in Northeast Ohio, so that's good. But the craziest thing is they still have not told us the day that it's going to be officially legal. Like when we can go to one of these stores and buy pot. They have not given us any date.
None of your stores around there are selling yet? Like any of the CBD stores or vape stores, if you go in there and ask them, like, hey, what do you guys got behind the counter? They don't break out the weed for you yet?
No, I haven't done it yet. I haven't. I'm almost like, I'm kind of a pussy.
They've all got it.
I'm almost afraid to do it. I don't know why. All right, maybe I'll try that one of these days. I'll go to one of these little smoke shops and be like, what do you got behind the counter there? Anything
what do you got for pre-rolls, bro?
Anything ready to rock? Well, they got all this shitty like fake weed pre-rolled and shit, so that's what I want to.
Yeah, no, they got the real stuff. It's just hidden back there.
All right.
I think they just handed out another 110 licenses in New York State.
That's great. So it's spreading like wildfire, baby. So we're gonna be able to get our stuff.
And they've closed down like 1,700 to 2,500 illegal shops in New York City. They just finally started like barring the doors closed and seizing all their shit.
I feel bad. I don't know. I almost want to wait until it's done right because I don't want to get places in trouble. You know what I mean? Like I almost just want to wait and do it the right way.
I still go to, dude. I go to one legal place and one illegal place around here.
All right. Well, I'll have to check it out then because there's several of those around here, and one of them looks like they want to be a dispensary so bad. I mean, they got like glass cases and it's all fancy and nice on the inside, so they're just waiting.
They're waiting, yeah, they're one of the first ones in line to get their license.
It's right around the corner too, man. I can't wait. I hope
it's gonna be so bad, dude.
I can't wait.
Dude,
it's gonna be fun. So. All right, my dude. Well, I hope you have. I hope you don't get called into work tonight. I hope you just go help your girl out and make sure that she gets home from work or whatever safely this evening without any drama. So far, so good with all these trips to walk her home.
Yeah, no drama or nothing like that. Like I said the other day, dude, I'm pretty sure. Did I tell you that when they served the dude papers, he admitted to everything he did and they arrested him?
Yeah. So you think he's locked up still? Well, bail.
I don't know. No, it's bail reform in New York. There's no way.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, he would have just got an appearance ticket.
So okay, so good. No drama then. No show up.
No drama like there. Not like that. I'm just going over to there tonight. We got to bring her mom food and go for a drive real quick. So.
Well, I mentioned this on the show the other night when you first started doing the show with me. When you were dating your now ex, B whatever. I noticed that you would tell her you'd get angry at her when not angry, but you would get irritated when she would. Try to interrupt the podcast when she would try to
because this is my time.
It was your time.
The other 22 hours of the day and every other moment of my life was fucking surrounding that bitch and everything she needed, wanted, everything for her kid, all her prescriptions picked up, groceries done, cleaning the house, wiping her ass, every fucking thing I did for that bitch.
But that's true. You were there for her way more than you needed to be. But I noticed that you and I'm not sweating you about it, I promise. I noticed this several times you were willing to not bail, but leave the podcast to go do stuff for her. So I kind of feel like you kind of like this girl.
Catching some feelings. I do. Yeah, absolutely.
I kind of caught some. There you go.
But she, at the same time, she works 60 hours a week. She has very little free time. And if somebody's willing to give me that little bit of free time that they have, then I'm going to,
Hell yeah. That's a good
respect that.
It's a very adult, mature way to look at things. Very emotionally mature way to look at things, Mikey. Good for you. That's fantastic.
Every once in a while, I do all right.
Yeah, but I mean, that line in particular, she works so many hours, and then the fact that she's willing to share the little bit of time she has with me, it makes a difference. It matters to you. So that's pretty cool. Good for you, dude. I'm happy for you. I hope that she turns out to be normal and shit doesn't get nuts. And you guys.
She's definitely not normal on me.
Well, I said things. I didn't say she's normal. I said I hope things stay normal.
Yeah, they should stay pretty normal. Me and her have been through hell and back already. So
right on. Okay, good. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear it. Well, I'll let you go. Go take care of her. Do your thing. Go have some fun. Give mom some food. Did she make food? Are you making food? How does that work? Are you picking up food?
No, she picks up food for her mom every night. Like it's I don't know if I've mentioned it or much, but her mom is in her 60s and has early onset dementia and Alzheimer's, and it's not good.
Oh, that's awful. Jesus, that sucks.
Yeah, and this girl's the only child, so she's the power of attorney and the proxy and
caretaker.
So
and everything.
On top of juggling 60 hours a week of work and everything else she does, she's taking care of her mom full time too.
Jesus Christ. Well, this one sounds a lot more responsible than the last one, at least. So that's fucking good news. She's
without a doubt
handling her business and not leaning on you to do it, except for when she has to worry about getting the shit beat out of her. So that's a good start, Mikey, I'd say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, hell yeah, man. Good for you. I'm happy for you, dude. It's good to see you smiling.
Thanks, man.
Hey, real quick, what was that picture you sent me? And I keep forgetting to pull it. I'll show it tomorrow. And I'm going to add it to the break pictures. The picture of you in that convertible. You sent me a picture of you in a convertible with just like this big shit grin on your face.
Yeah, dude, I was in Dad's Mustang doing like $120.
It was awesome. It's such a great picture. It made me so, it like warmed my heart to see you so happy and smiling. It was like after
I've been taking the cars out. I've been taking the cars out for a bunch more drives. So I take the Mustang out whenever he's not driving it. And then like tomorrow night, one of my best friends just bought a 98 Camaro. So I actually got somebody to cruise around with now. So I go get the 68. He's got a fire engine red Camaro. I got the red 68, and we just go cruising out to like car shows and stuff on like Friday night.
What year is that Mustang?
My father's the 2021.
Okay, see the one I was behind one the other day that was like a 1995 or 1996. What are those? They're not SSs. What are Mustangs called? Not
GT?
GT, yeah, it was. I think maybe a GT. I think it was or whatever. But it was so loud, and the guy in front of me, like, he had to feather it so hard just to like, because we were in a 25, so he was just feathering this thing. Just like
nice. Absolutely.
It was great. I was sitting behind this guy going, and then the other day I was on getting on the freeway, and I was behind this old, I think it was a Challenger, really old one. The Challenger is the one that looks like the Dukes of Hazzard, right? I know there's
a longer car. Yeah.
Yeah, I know they had a Duster, but I think isn't the Challenger the Plymouth Duster version of the Dodge?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's the longer version.
I was behind one of those the other day, entering a freeway. They had nobody in front of them. They had no one in front of them. And I said,
how'd that smell when they took off?
Dude, I said, at first he was just kind of chilling. And I'm like, bro, please. And I looked back, like right as I looked back, I was like, please, no cars be coming. And right as I looked back and saw that there were no cars, he must have done the same thing because this motherfucker fucking caught rubber, just fucking took the fuck off. It was so fucking awesome. The fucking back end sunk down and he just fucking took the fuck off. It was bad as fuck. I loved it, man. And
oh, dude, I almost bit it hard last week because the car show we pull out of, whenever people pull out of this little cruising on Friday night, all the kids on bikes and everybody else, they all hang out at the exit with lawn chairs and stuff. So as all the cars leave all night, everyone burns out and everything like that, dude. And I got on that car so hard, and I was completely sideways, and I figured if I shifted it into second, it would hook up. And as soon as I hit second, I grabbed more rubber and swung the bitch all the way the other way. And I almost fucking hit that bitch onto a curb.
Oh,
it would have been horrible. I was shredding the axle. It was so fun though.
And then you caught it and it swung back around and you took off.
Yeah, dude. And then I drove back like 10 minutes later, and I asked all the kids. I was like, "Yo, who's got a fucking video of that?" All you guys had your phones out, and they were like, "We didn't expect you to do it. You went the other way." So nobody got it on video. So I'm gonna try it again this week.
All right, good. All right, well, don't kill any kids or break the car in the in the process.
No, nothing like that.
All right, bro. I love you. Go have fun tonight and stay out of trouble, dude. All right, man. Peace.
Absolutely. Talk to you tomorrow.
Later, homie. Alrighty, guys, that's going to wrap things up for us tonight. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out this evening. I do truly appreciate it so much. You guys be doing anything in the evening between 7 and 9, and you choose to come hang out with me. So I do truly appreciate it. If you appreciate the time I put into the show, please take a second to join the show, become a member, donate your time and your money. You've already donated your time. Why not a little bit of your money to help keep the show up and running? So if you're not already a member, take a second to please join. Or if you were a member and you don't realize that your membership may have run out, take a second to peek at that, rejoin, and help support another dumb show and keep dumb show. Another dumb show. I don't know my own fucking name. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap things up for us tonight. I appreciate everybody's support. We'll be back live tomorrow at 7. Planning on doing a show for you guys. Wait, what's today? Today's Thursday, right? Yeah, I'm aiming to do a show tomorrow. I got most of my stuff done already for my DJing for my event on Saturday. It's not a crazy, hectic event, so I think we'll be live tomorrow night at 7. I don't know how late we'll go, but we'll see you then. Until then, guys, I am out of here. See ya.